G'day, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good and I hope you're doing even better. So this is video number 5 on opening traps, and I'm gonna try to make it a little bit shorter than some of my most recent videos on Carlsen because admittedly they were a little bit long. So I'm gonna aim for 5 minutes. I'll probably fail, but I'm gonna try. So no more time wasting, here we go. As you know, this is chess.clinic. You know we're not going to show you crappy opening traps like this one in the Cambridge Springs. D4, C4, and then we go like this, and then we've got C6, C3, and this is called the Cambridge Springs variation to the Queen's Gambit. And in this position, there is one variation in particular that white must avoid, and it comes after bishop to d3, knight to e4. Now, as you can see, that knight is on, because after pawn takes, queen takes, and we'd be losing a pawn for nothing. So a very common move for white would be queen to c2. But this is what happens. Black is not only threatening to take here, he's also threatening to take on g5, and that bishop on g5 seems to be protected, but there is a problem because after knight takes, black now takes on c4, the bishop on d3 is hanging, and so is the knight. So after bishop takes, queen takes, white has lost a piece. I mean, you know, this is, as I said, this is chess.clinic. We don't show you simple stuff like this. So let's get on with the game I wanted to show you. So knight f6, c4, and again, I'm not going to show you crappy opening traps like this other one in the Benoni Defense. Knight f3, pawn takes, knight takes, e5, knight here, threatening knight d6, and a very cool move here, it's a cool gambit, is d5, and after pawn takes, we don't take back on d5, of course, because then white sacrifices his queen. It's not really a sacrifice, I mean, come on. Queen takes, and then knight c7, and we win the queen back, and having won a whole piece in the process. So instead of that, black now plays bishop to c5, and since black could be threatening, well, actually, it's not really threatening anything, maybe just a6, and then the knight has to retreat. But if white wants to preserve this pawn like for a long time and threaten knight c7 at the same time, this is what happens. Black now goes knight to e4, exclamation mark, threatening to take on f2. And if white now plays knight to c7, then queen takes. Simple idea, because if pawn takes, he's getting checkmated after bishop takes f2. Or if white delivers this check, thinking that he's going to win his piece back after queen takes e4, black simply goes queen to c6, and black's completely winning. Okay, it's been over 3 minutes already, so I'm not going to make this video in less than 5 minutes. So in this game, black now played d6, so white went knight c3, e5. Now the exchange variation here with pawn takes, queen takes, king takes is actually pretty safe for black, because after this move, black's got c6, and then his king is hiding here. Never mind the fact that white's winning some tempi here. I meant this other arrow instead. So after this, the king hides on c7, and this is supposed to be pretty equal. Black's supposed to be doing just fine here. So after e5, back to this position, after e5, white went e4, which is a somewhat unusual move, because black can take now, and then after queen takes, he probably should go knight c6. Knight c6, the queen's going to come over here, and then white's going to try these, maybe bishop d3. Don't know what this knight's going to go, possibly e2 or f3, and we're going to take it from there. So instead of that, black went g6 immediately, which is probably still okay. But now white's got bishop here, the knight is pinned, and black's got a problem, because now after bishop to g7, and this, he really shouldn't play this move, but his position is a little bit difficult. After bishop to g7, Okay, so in this position, black should go bishop e7, and then if the knight comes in, this knight is pinned, can't move, so black's gonna go knight here. White's got in a pretty nice position, but at least black isn't losing anything. And now, after bishop to g7, suddenly white goes e5, exclamation mark, attacking the knight. And the problem is, after pawn takes, white trades queens and then goes knight d5, threatening to take that knight for free. The only move here is knight d7, but then white simply castles here. And there's no way to stop this capture or this other capture because that one's pinned. There's nothing black can do here. If he tries to move his king out of the pin, then we just take on c7, or if he plays h6, then we can simply take that, because if you take back with the bishop, then the knight on d7 is pinned, or if you take back with the knight, then this is a discover attack and discover check, and that means white's winning a piece anyway. So after e5, black tried knight to c6, which looks like a good move because the queen is on and so is the pawn on e5. But white can simply take on f6, and after knight takes d4, we take on g7, and then we create a double threat. The rook is on, and so is the queen. So after rook to g8, bishop takes, king takes, we castle queenside, and this is a totally winning position. If black had played knight c2 check, our king's going to come here, knight takes, and then we're just going to defend this pawn. And now this knight is trapped. We're simply threatening to go bishop d3, knight here, and then we're going to pick up the knight. So we might as well try this, hoping that he can play knight c2. But we're gonna prevent that by playing bishop to d3, bishop takes, king takes, and then either knight e2, knight f3, and then we just win that knight, and we're gonna have three minor pieces for the rook. I mean, that's way too much. Completely winning position. So yeah, I didn't make this video short enough, but I'm still trying, and hopefully one of these days I'll make it. See you next time.
See the subscribe button, hug it, show it some love, but above all, click it. And don't forget to visit our website, chess.clinic.